Grand-Am road racing features multi-driver teams, with each taking shifts behind the wheel. In the early days, changing drivers meant a leisurely switch where drivers took a few moments to discuss the performance of the car.
And now for the final pit stop of the 24-hour Enduro. He's happy.
It's okay.
Everything's good.
Yeah, let's be careful with it.
Today, it is a fast-moving, highly choreographed ballet, adding to the complexity of a successful pit stop. In a 24-hour race, every second counts.
When you come into pit late, you're not allowed to release your belt to the car, stand still. And then when you do that, then basically you instantly, get out of the car at the same time. It's like one motion pretty much. You release your belt, you move your seat, then you kind of slide out, and the other guy kind of slide in between. We do pit stops, between 16 to 20 seconds every time, and fuel normally take, about 40 seconds a full tank. So we normally, done way ahead of the fuel.
When Grand-Am's Rolex Sports Car Series concludes its season, teams immediately begin preparations for January's Rolex 24 at Daytona. The grueling 24-hour race is the event that will measure a team's worth. Every aspect of the car is examined with close detail, and the drivers get cozy in a seat they will practically live in for 24 hours.
To fit properly in the car is very, very important. Some drivers don't care if they like it an inch further back or a little bit to the side and stuff. They just adapt really quickly, and I'm very, very sensitive to that. If we could come down with this just, like this much even, then that will make much, then I can also see these. Say, quarter an inch.
For Joao and I, being that we're going to be running the whole year together, you want to be as comfortable as you can possibly be because it's your office for the year. Because my inseam's about a 35-inch inseam, and like Joao and I are the same height, but all his height is in his upper body, so we're totally different as far as build and structure.
If I sit like this, my back's going to kill me. I drove this car.
You need to fill in the back, basically.
We'll try it. I mean, we did open up the legs a little bit.
Oh, yeah. We can always.
A little better.
Oh, it's so much better. You know what? They'll be fine in this one. Between John Fogerty, Jimmy Johnson, and me, John is the only one that needs a different seat, so he has the seat insert. So there's a lot of compromises there because we're all a little bit different size. Doesn't that feel nicer? You definitely look lower and farther back.
Yeah.
Do you think the legs will be too tight?
Well, it's weird. My hips, the wider part of my legs, are forced up into the narrow part, so it feels tight to me.
As teams complete work at the race shop, they return to the racetrack. Testing allows a team to put plans into practice. Lap after lap, they will refine their setup and define their strategy.
It gives you confidence to carry a bit of speed.
Adding an extra layer to the plans is the newly repaved oval at Daytona International Speedway, only the second repaving in the track's history. 50,000 tons of asphalt have been laid around the NASCAR oval, covering nearly 1.5 million square feet.
It was awesome before. It's only going to get better. It's probably going to be a lot smoother and just easier on the chassis.
It should become a really even closer race than it's been in the past. A lot more overtaking, lead changes, which will make it interesting. Now that it should be smooth, it should make the racing even that much better and more exciting.
The Rolex 24 will be the first major race on the surface, providing more intrigue to an already fascinating spectacle.
We all kind of got used to where the bumps were and how we could drive the car in certain parts of the track, and now we're starting over again, but we're all on the same page.
It's going to be different this year. The new paving is going to change things, the way the light reflects off the corners and the reflectors, so it's going to be probably a bunch of new references for 2011. You just kind of got to play it by ear and adapt and do what you can to keep the car in one piece and still be on the pace.
Daytona is Daytona, so they could have paved it with newspaper, and I'd still be going.